Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Zach with Money Pit RC. So we got a big one for you today. We are going over a build that has stock frame rails. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, what the heck are you doing with stock frame rails? Well, if you don't know who Robskii Fabrication is, go to www.robskiifabrication.com. He sells a stock SCX24 chassis upgrade kit. So let's say you buy a stock SCX24, you want to get a little bit more performance out of the stock platform with everything pretty much stock. You bolt on this chassis kit. It gives you sliders that you can change the angles of the lower links. It gives you front and rear shock mounts so you can tune the shocks to how you want it to be. You can also get this flat skid that'll help with the ground clearance down low. This thing makes you tune your stock SCX24 exactly to your driving habits. The options are pretty much endless, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I kind of went a little bit overboard with the stock chassis. We're trying to make this thing the best stock chassis build you can ever make. That's never going to happen, but you know, whatever. We're going to go over it, we're going to run it, and see how it performs. You guys ready to see this? It's just my stock Gladiator build. Nothing too crazy about it, you know? See? Nothing too bad. Till you get the body off. Look at that ground clearance on a stock chassis. Crazy. Let's dig a little deeper in this thing and see how it's built. Alright, so here is the build itself. So obviously, dang it. So here's the build itself. Obviously, we have stock frame rails. So this frame rail is from a Jeep JLU. His chassis upgrade kit works on any SCX24. Doesn't matter if it's the Gladiator, the Jeep, the Lexus, it's all the same. They all work the same. So in his kit, you get front shock towers, rear shock towers, and you get these sliders. It comes with the Splide hardware, and it also comes with 8 little washers. His packaging is so cool. You'll use some flush cuts, cut out the pieces. It's fantastic. Packaging's 10 out of 10. It's great quality. So on this one, I opted out of the flat skid just because I knew that I won't really use it, and I can just grind down a stock skid plate. So we'll get into that a little bit later in this video. So quick overview of this thing. We have stock axles, the aluminum versions, stock internals, OGRC axle shafts in the front, brass knuckles, brass diff cover, Reefs 99 micro. We have FuriTech micro Komodo with a Lizard Pro ESC, stock transmission with metal gears, 3D printed motor mount. We have a Hunter RC carrier bearing, stock drive shafts. So my build is a Gladiator length. We have some Endura high clearance links in the front, nothing special there. In the rear, we have Endura high clearance links, but we triple bended them to basically make them like a U, so they follow the line of the chassis. So I did bend these, and then I threaded out the ends a little bit just to try to give me the length back. So for the upper link setup, we have just stock plastic SCX24 links. They are the deadbolt fronts. So we have them mounted right up to the chassis, just so I have my pinion angle a little bit up, so it works with my drive shaft, so the angle is not as hard. So that's probably the hardest part about this thing, is trying to get these angles right. I could lower the carrier bearing just to try to drop it, just so the angle's a little better, but it still works fine. It's not that bad. So we have some hot racing shocks, don't know the size, don't really care. Just friction damp shocks. Enduro wheels, Maz design beadlock rings, Proline trencher tires, Endura yellow inserts in the front, stock foams in the rear. So you think about it, it's not that expensive to build this thing. Yeah, the electronics are probably the most expensive. For the electronics, I'd rather put the money where it actually needs to be. So that is a quick overview. These shock towers, they bolt right to the stock locations. It's kind of hard to show you on this because these bolt to the stock shock towers that have like for the mounts and stuff, and so does the rear bolts to the battery tray, but I don't have any of that. So this is kind of like a overkill of the stock chassis kit. I wanted to see how far I can push these frame rails So that's what we're doing. We're seeing how far we can push these stock chassis, see if we can actually make it perform really well. So these sliders are great. It might be hard to see, but they have 2 little holes on each side, so you can change your upper link mount if you want to adjust it a little bit more. If you want to throw the angle of the pinion around, you have the ability to do that on a stock chassis, which is awesome. And then obviously a whole bunch of different holes, so you can change the shock tuning if you want to lower the ride height, or if you want to just upgrade your shocks, you can get longer ones and you can put them back here to angle them a little bit more. The options are literally endless with this kit, and that's what I love. And I love that the sliders have enough room, so if you had stock ESC, it'll fit on the slider no problem. So if you had a stock one and the ESC and the battery are sitting kind of towards the rear, which won't help with the crawling capabilities, you can stick them on the sliders. The body still fits no problem. It's great. It's a fantastic kit. So if you don't have one of these kits, make sure you go get them right now, because they are totally worth it. 120%. So I want to go out and buy a stock STX24, and I want to toss this kit on it, see if we can make it perform any better with just using this kit. No aftermarket parts, nothing. Just throw this kit on there and just see if we can change it to crawl a little bit better. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments below, because I feel like we should really do that, just to actually see if we can make a difference with a completely stock car. So I posted this thing on Instagram a couple times, and I got a lot of questions, a lot of comments, concerns. One, the angle of the carrier bearing. It's really not that bad. It's not that harsh. It's still smooth. Number 2, they say, oh, with your links being so short in the back, you have no suspension travel. Nope, works fine to me. And then next up, they say, that thing has no flex. I think that's a good amount of flex. I'm not building a flex monster here. I'm building a performer. Seems like it has flex to me. So all those myths busted. So now that you see how it's built, you guys are probably dying to see how it performs. So let's go out and see how it does. All right, we're out at my local one single rack that I have. I'm just gonna try to do a couple lines, nothing too crazy. See if this thing actually performs. Beautiful. Holy cow, that was impressive. Just when we were having a good time. Stripped out the rear worm gears. Gosh dang it. Welcome to my life. I have a beautiful day. I have the car. I have a whole hour of lunch break to crawl. In the first 10 minutes, I strip out the rear worm gear. But don't worry, we already fixed it. It's good to go. I did order overdrive gears, well, underdrive gears to toss the rear end, just so they spin a little bit less. So when I had this thing out, the 2 runs that I had it performed really well. I was super impressed. I do want to add a little bit more weight up front. I feel like that might help a little bit. I did take the rubber bands off the rear and I put them in the front. So hopefully the rear end can spring a little bit more and just kind of keep it pushed forward. Other than that, it performed so darn well. I am so happy. So make sure you follow that Instagram because I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of reels of this thing. I've already started and I won't stop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, you know I enjoy reading through all your feedback. Catch you guys in the next video.